Okay, let's dive right into this. Today's explainer takes us deep into the fascinating, kind of chaotic mechanics. Think of this as today's menu. We'll start with the fast breakfast promise, then whip up a layered tortilla meat stack, move on to glazed chicken potato fritters, check out a chopped tortilla meat bake, and finally deconstruct the viral recipe formula. Moving to section 2, the layered tortilla meat stack, otherwise known as our first course. Let's look at the grocery list for this dish. It's super accessible. You're combining classic breakfast eggs, fresh tomatoes, and half an onion with savory minced meat. Then you bring the whole shebang together with tortillas, mozzarella, and a standard but totally effective spice blend of parsley, Italian herbs, red pepper, and dried garlic. Now, the crucial point here is how incredibly simple the assembly is. You fry up that minced meat and fold it right into your eggs. Then, you build a quick foundation by layering mozzarella, a tortilla, more mozzarella, and finally topping the whole thing with your savory fried meat and egg mixture. It's basically a quick breakfast pizza or a flatbread stack. But wait a second. Here is where that initial promise starts to crack just a little bit. To finish this dish, you need to blast it in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit for exactly 15 minutes. Remember that 5 minutes and breakfast is ready promise? Yeah, well, apparently baking time exists in a completely different dimension for the YouTube algorithm. Okay, section 3, glazed chicken potato fritters, the complex middle child. Notice the structure of this dish. We've got 2 parts working together. First, a hearty vegetable and chicken base using 800 grams of chicken breast, potatoes and carrots bound together with an egg and some flour. Then you have the components for a sticky, savory glaze: butter, garlic, lemon juice, ginger, soy sauce, and a touch of honey. The cooking process here completely shifts away from the oven. You mix your base up really well and fry the fritters in oil on both sides until they're nice and golden. Then, right in that same pan, you introduce your glaze ingredients. Turn the heat down low and just let those fritters simmer and soak up all that delicious soy honey magic for another 10 minutes. Section 4, chopped tortilla meat bake. The tortilla twin. Notice the creator's serious resourcefulness here. They use almost the exact same pantry staples, minced meat, eggs, and tortillas, to create a completely different textural experience. While the first recipe stacked whole tortillas like a lasagna with 200 grams of meat, this third recipe chops up 3 tortillas and mixes them directly into a bowl with more than double the meat, 450 grams. This assembly is brilliantly lazy in the best possible way. You simply throw your 450 grams of meat, green onions, eggs, and those chopped up tortillas into a bowl. Season it with salt, pepper, and thyme, mix it extremely well, press it down, and generously top it with 100 grams of mozzarella cheese. And boom, here is the final nail in the coffin for that 5-minute promise. Because this dish is a dense casserole with over double the meat of the first recipe, it requires a full 30 minutes in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. It looks like a fantastic recipe, but you certainly aren't eating it 5 minutes after you start. Which brings us to our final thought. The recipes are good, and the strategies are undeniably smart. But it begs a much bigger question about our digital diets. Are we watching these videos to actually cook? Or are we just consuming the illusion of a fast, delicious life? So the next time you click on a 5-minute food hack, ask yourself, are you the chef, or are you just the ingredient powering their channel's algorithm? Think about that next time you start scrolling. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.